everybody, my name is Spammals and welcome back to Unimersiv's Titanic VR experience. In the previous episode, we walked around the outside of the Titanic. We had a lot of fun, but coming up tonight, we're going to go inside, see what we have to see. So, without any more stalling, let's begin! Welcome back to the game. So, as we said in the intro, the previous episode, we were running around these lovely exterior decks right there, but today, we are doing interiors, and we have 6 lovely interiors to pick from. So, let's start top left, reception room, forward grand staircase, Wabushi.
The reception room was located at the foot of the forward grand staircase and encompassed the entire width of the ship. This area was the first impression of the Titanic for many first-class passengers. Here, the orchestra played from 4 to 5 p.m. while tea was served. Then, after dinner, from 8 to 9:15 p.m. Stewards served liquor and cigars until 11 p.m., at which time the hall closed. Generally, there were many spectators in the room while the orchestra played.
Thank you, voice of God. So welcome into the game. We are here at the Grand Staircase. It's a very lovely room. This is where everybody would come down to and hang out before going in to get some mucker. Speaking of which, the dining room, the dining saloon, is complete. Wow, it's flooded and disappeared. Okay? Yeah, no dining room. The details are really low resolution. On the exterior models, we didn't really, well, I wasn't paying that much attention, but they weren't that blatantly obvious. But this, I may not be wearing my glasses underneath this because for some reason it keeps fogging up, but that looks incredibly low resolution. I'm very disappointed. And instead of just blacking it out, could they not have put like a graphic that showed a room maybe disappearing into darkness? I don't know, it seems like a step too short, but notice they have gone for the free window configuration, so somebody in the development team was paying attention to Titanic Honor and Glory. Something we had already suspected because of that menu room. Blah. Anyway, while we have furniture, well, I mean, but the configuration and layout doesn't seem proper, and they're missing some nice little shrubberies. Although, again, it is also interesting to see that the colour scheme and the floral pattern on the furniture, I do suspect Honor and Glory has been an influence, and especially because of the selection of rooms we have available, all appear to be rooms that Honor and Glory have covered. It's almost like they've loaded up their demo, gone, so that's what it should look like, let's just copy that instead of doing our own independent research. Although their Steinway, oh hi, we'll be with you in a second. Well, something went terribly wrong back at Harland and Wolff because, well, the Steinway pianos were beautifully decorated. They were supplied to Harland and Wolff by Steinway as blank canvases, a little bit like this. And then Harland and Wolff would have detailed it and stuff by themselves. I look this way because the microphone's there. I'm sorry that you're looking into a stained glass window. Oh, whatever. Oh, they cheaped out. They got a generic wooden texture, and I thought, that'll do. Piano, wooden piano. Bing, bang, bong. Right, moving on. We're going to mosey that way. Back towards... You know what? Actually, no. Let's take a round trip. If I hit microphones in the face again. Well, I am, again, disappointed. Critical Spammals was not supposed to appear. They haven't even got the door leading to Scotland Road. It's like such basic detailing. Oh, can I even walk? Hang on. There's not even an entrance to the accommodation bottom left. It is quite literally just the bottom of the stairwell and they just boxed it up. I'm not even going to comment on the artworks on the landings. Hang on. Pop that side. Pwah! Passepartout will not settle for this amount of laziness. Pourquoi? Look at that. There's not even a stairwell. I'm going to start speaking French. There's a stop. Stop it, Spammals, just stop it. There's not even a stairwell heading down towards the Turkish Baths in the swimming pool. I mean, it's not difficult. Again, just, pull out that one bit of wall, just have a little bit of corridor heading that way, give it some white paneling. It doesn't even have to be high quality. They've already shown their textures can just be medium quality. It would not have taken up any more memory or space. It's just little details like that will help sell it. This is supposed to be an educational tool. They're cutting corners and for no apparent reason. It even looks like, if you look down the dead center, how they've just mirrored the staircase left and right. Anyway, back by the candelabra. This is turning really freaking critical. But like these textures, like this one down here. I don't want to accuse anyone of anything. And I just noticed how bad the iron gilding is. It's not even got the gold in it, it's just black outline. I don't want to accuse anyone of anything, but this looks very familiar. Like either from Carl Huddock's Virtual Center 7 model. I don't know, it looks very familiar to me. It really does. Hi, lady on D-deck. Hi. What's with the windows? They look ridiculous. I'm going to try and wheel this back into positive Spammals and not negative Spammals. Again, it's a great pleasure and joy to be here on board the Titanic, and as an entry-level experience, it's a fantastic opportunity for an individual to get a first-hand impression of what it might have been like, the space and the kind of general configuration of the room. I would be very excited if this was my first impression of the ship. This is the kind of thing that gets a kid into a library, picking up a book, saying, I want to know more. So I salute it for that endeavor. What's they got over here? Move. Oh, the teleporting really sucks a bag of dicks in this game. Okay, I thought there might have been a teaser Easter egg or something. That's the other thing. Like, there's so far been no Easter eggs, no teasers. Like, I don't know, I think as a true Titanic lover, there's gonna be something somewhere. Honor and Glory obviously pay homage to Adventure Out of Time. Oh yeah, I can't interact with doors. Damn it. We're gonna walk around. You can see the seam where they've just copied the wall. It is the same texture, just flopped over. But there should be lovely brass lettering saying like A deck, B deck, C deck, D decks. As you come out the elevator, you see exactly where you are. Speaking of the elevators, have some elevators. Again, just kind of flopped over. Oh, there's so much missing. You've not even got the elevator cool, like the panel, like that says the decks and the button and all of that jazz. You haven't. Have they got? What if there was the gate? I'm hitting the microphone. I'm sorry. If there are gates there, the resolution of the graphic is so low I can't see them. I think they're supposed to be there. How disappointing! This is definitely the quality you get on a mobile phone. I'm all for accessibility and all of that jazz, but like, this is not. I'm not playing on a mobile phone. This is bought off of Steam. This should be the Steam version, PC version of the game, not just a phone port played on a PC. That's not good enough. No game! This episode is so hateful so far. Okay, so the D-deck entrance. Well, yeah. At this point, I'm sure they're copying Honor and Glory just because they've included that little that cabinet right there like that. Can't even see out the windows. Because they've got a skybox and ocean out there. What's the point of having the ocean if there's not a single window to look out of? And they've curtained off the forward accommodation. Much like seen in Honor and Glory demos 1 and 2. Oh! Okay. Wow! I think we're about done here in the D deck. Wait, let's look up to C deck. Hang on. Oh, we can climb. Well, that's a bit fast. Hi, love. Excuse me? Excuse me? It looks like one of those mock-up grand staircases you see in like the Pigeon Forge Titanic Museum and stuff like that. Like, you get one step and you hit a wall and it just boxes in. There's not even a floor panel over there. No! I should be able to clearly see the purser's office. A big landing as big as this one down here for the most part. This is just pure laziness. And again, with the flipping of the textures, that butt seam right down the middle of it. This is horrible. Look at the joinery over there. It's so mishmashed together. It's like they've gone, how do these pieces join together? I don't fucking care. Just throw it in and nobody will ever notice. What happened to Spammals? Internet extraordinaire Titanic aficionado plays this game. Pwah! He will never play this. He's a douchebag. Well, fuck you, game. Oh, wait, that's not it. Can we look up and see the gorgeous dome? Something I'm pretty sure everybody who's played a Titanic experience always does. It's a big fat no. There's just a ceiling right there. Oh, why do you do this to me, game? Again, developers, it would have been really that taxing to make, I don't know, a vertical rectangular boxy thing with just a graphic Just having a ceiling is terrible. Terrible. This so far gets a Spammals rating of 2 out of 10. And that 2 so far is just about effort. That's not even true. Oh, I'm just not impressed. Let's move on. Okay. So next up, I'm hitting the microphone. Next up, we have the Parisian Cafe.
Café Parisien was an entirely new luxury innovation aboard Titanic. The cafe's large picture windows gave diners a view of the sea while dining, something that had never before been done on a British ship. Café Parisien captured the style and atmosphere of a sidewalk cafe in Paris. White Star literature of the time described it as a charming, sunlit veranda, tastefully decorated in French trellis work with ivy and other creeping plants. The first-class passengers in Café Parisien certainly enjoyed the best of food.
The best of food! It was the best of days. Well, finally I get a window to look out of. Hang on, I'm gonna cheat a teeny bit. Can I move? Not that way. This way? No, wrong fucking way. Just keep going that way. Wabushi. That's just lazy. If I was stood up and actually walking around, I could have leant out of that window. I would definitely have done that. And I would have seen this monstrosity. Give me a little bit more graphic. Jeez. Well, anyway, as the gentleman in the sky, the voice of God, the man himself said, welcome to the Parisian Cafe, the Café Parisien, based off of a Parisian back alley cafe restaurant-y place. It's supposed to be a light and airy place for you to come, have a nice time, relax, taking that lovely sea air that's rejuvenating and great for the skin. You can have a great time here with chumps having some light refreshments and drinks. Oh, my controllers are broken. Oh, god damn. Oh. Nearly. Damn, nailing it. There we go. The jumping in this game is a little bit iffy. Through there, we should be able to see through those darkened windows the a la carte restaurant, a very VIP experience on board the ship. No one can argue the very best was in that room that we can't see into. Again, game, could you not have provided a simple graphic rather than blackness? It just shows laziness on your parts. Anyway, focusing on what we have here, we have a long corridor. So through this door here on my left should be the Aft Grand Staircase. Through that door there is water. Well, there's not a great deal to say about this. It's such a small room, we can see it all in one go. Yes, it does have trellising. Yes, it does have ivory. Again, they have doubled up on graphics. You know what? This is the quickest room we've ever done. Something about the scale seems kind of wrong about this. So I've lowered myself down to sit and hit the microphone. I'm now sat in a chair, kind of enjoying the space, but like I can't see out the window. Like I think they're too high, or I'm too low, or this table and chair is too small. Just the scale doesn't seem like you're supposed to be able to sit here and look out to sea. Right now I'm looking out into the sky. That's not very nice. Well, actually it is quite a nice sky, but no, that's not the intent here. I don't know, I think the scale and proportions are a bit wonky in here. Well, and also I'm quite squished in this chair, if you can see these hand controllers. I know people were smaller back in 1912 and I'm a very big gentleman, but I don't know, something seems not quite kosher here. We need to get to the bottom of this. I think I said in a previous episode that like kind of sat here, right here was one of my favorite views, like on board the ship. I'm not sure if that's still is the case. Like my favorite place kind of changes as I discover new places to see. But this is, on the ship, a very gorgeous, lovely place to be. That sea air coming in, the stunning views, the bright room. It's very calming. It really is. I wonder how noisy it would have been with the windows open. Would you have heard the churning of the engines, the swash of the wake? Probably not. Anyway, we're done here. Take us back to the lobby. Coming up next, we have the swimming pool.
Titanic was considered the most luxurious ocean liner ever built at the time, and her heated swimming pool was only the second of its kind anywhere on the ocean. The first swimming pool ever to go to sea had been installed on Titanic's sister ship, Olympic, the previous year.
Kudos on them for getting a correct fact. Well done, voice of God, you magnificent beast. Yes, the first ocean-going swimming pool, or swimming bath, as it was called back then, was indeed on the Olympic, and not on a fellow White Star liner called the Adriatic. The Adriatic had a plunge bath, which was technically kind of a swimming pool, but was not long enough to be swimming laps and did not have that intention. It was a body of water to submerge the whole human body as the final stage of the Turkish Bath system of cooling. Because the whole Turkish Bath complex is about the temperature cooling. So you start off from steamy hot, and it goes down and down and down until you get into an icy cold water. But anyway, yes, Titanic had a heated seawater swimming pool. Now, the pool itself here is not quite right. It wasn't a flat bottom like that. It had an inclined slope because it had an inlet valve at the top and an outlet valve at the bottom, I believe. And that's how they would flood and sink it, whatever. Oh, and before someone in the comments says it, I'm going to say it now. Did you know that to this very day, the swimming pool on the Titanic is still full of water? Oh! Okay, shut up, everybody. There should have been a funky porthole right there. It's missing. But it was like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was, I'm not even going to try because I'm just going to fail miserably. But it didn't have a standard porthole. It had a funky, high-tech porthole. Now, these showers, initially, they look quite, well, scary. It's like a cage. But actually, they're bloody amazing, and I would love one in my very own home. So you stand, I can't get in there, but, well, I can actually, hang on. So you stand in the lovely shower, you got water coming down there, as you would expect, but also, there's water that blasts out of the side of the cages, so you get a full body spray. That's amazing! So, not only is you got coat like running through your hair, running down your body, but you're being blasted from all directions. That sounds brilliant fun, and you just kind of sit here and, oh my god! No, stop it! No, don't do that! I love it. I would love one of these. Although the spikes, I don't know. That seems kind of a health and safety issue. Somebody might slip upwards and boom. I can't remember if the coal chute was visible on Titanic or if it was Olympic. I can't remember. If it was supposed to be Titanic, then there should be a massive coal chute in there. But I can't remember, so I'm not going to commit. Don't be quoting me that in the comments. Hi, water. Given this is a first-class area, the room itself is quite Spartan when it comes to kind of high quality. It is a very bare basics wet room. You have a lovely tiled floor, tiled swimming pool, and just some changing stalls and a couple of showers. But you've got the bare ribs of the ship, the metal girders, the metal wall paneling. It is not indicative of the first-class experience, but it was such a new kind of revolutionary feature to have on a ship. It was still kind of like a learning curve, as it were. And we can see that it was a learning curve because if you look at Britannic, the third and final Olympic-class liner, they really spruced up this room. There's no photographs showing what Britannic's did look like, although it is very much believed it was fully furnished because the nurses on board reported using it. But from the technical drawings, you know, and the artist impressions, it would have been lovely. It had it had a double curved ceiling. So it really plastered off that girder look, had a lovely smooth top, lovely smooth edges that joins the top of the changing rooms to the ceiling, and it looked much more befitting of a first class experience. It's a shame we can't see that. I mean, it is on the wreck. I don't know, that stuff would probably have rotted away by now, but I mean, somehow if there's a collapse, if we could get into that room, that would be some serious documentation that could be achieved in there. You know, I thought we'd get through these faster than we have. I've been talking too much bullshit, obviously, so we're going to the Turkish Bath next. Hi! At
a charge of 4 shillings or $1, first-class passengers could soothe away their aches and pains at the Turkish Baths. This suite had a steam room, a hot room, a temperate room, shampooing rooms, toilets, and a cooling room. There was also an ultra-modern innovation, electric beds that applied heat to the body using electric lamps. As you can see, the baths had a distinctly Moorish theme, and its walls were lined with ornate and colorful blue and green tiles.
Thanks, Voices of God. So welcome to the Turkish Bath. We've already briefly spoken about this, how it was a cooling process. From steam rooms, electric baths, swimming pools. It's just a lovely wet experience. If you want to get wet, well, Titanic's going to get you wet. Hey, hey, hey. Again, something feels very off about this room. The scale and sizes and the proportions of things do not seem right. Look at that sun lounger chair thing. That looks kind of way too small. The doorway doesn't seem big enough. That water fountain seems too far away from it. It looks like the paneling doesn't even fit properly. And I don't like the color scheme on that tile or that wooden paneling underneath it one bit. Why is it brown on this side but black on that side? But look, you got one black one there, one brown one there. That's wrong. Is that a bug in this game or is it intentional? I don't know, but I don't like it. I'm not going to spend too much time in this room. Yeah, through that door would have been electric baths. Take a left out of there, you go into the swimming pool. There should be, I think, a lion's head there. Dropping water. I can't remember. You know, I'm not going to waste any more time in here. We're done. This is the Turkish Bath. Next up is the third-class dining saloon room.
As you can see, the third-class dining room was sparsely decorated but enameled white and brightened by side lights. It had a capacity of 473 people. Third-class passengers enjoyed food that was simple but plentiful, with freshly baked bread and fruit available at every meal.
And the third class, those lucky dogs, they got given first-class china. Oh, look at that. Gold gilded edges. Yeah, they're blah, blah, blah. They're getting stolen before this ship reaches dock. And these picture frames, they look like they're illuminated or something. They really glow. Look at the shadowing over there with that the picture postcard blown up, illuminating the room. The Homeric. Wow, game. A White Star liner that didn't exist in 1912. Congratulations, you nailed it. One of the big three that succeeded the Olympic class trio. And yes, Titanic tempted fate by hanging a picture of Olympic dodging icebergs. Because Titanic would never hit a fucking iceberg. They thought that would be a great idea. Show the strength of this ship to the third class passengers. We'll show them dodging icebergs because they're that amazing at doing that. That's exactly what they're built to do. They're amazing at it. 10 out of 10 would dodge again. Oh look, they enjoyed that Olympic dodging icebergs picture so much, they used it twice. Yes, mate! Oh my god, that's amazing. I love this picture so very much that I would like it twice. Put it one apart from each other so that it has maximum visibility. There it is again! Oh, and fantastic, they had a resident artist on board who was able to quickly paint Titanic's departure from Southampton and hang it pride of place here in third class, of all places. Amazing job, everybody. A nice picture. I'm not commenting on the quality of the picture, I'm just commenting on the audaciousness of it being here on board the Titanic. It's just stupid. It's stupid. It's like the developers did a Google search, typed in the words Titanic and White Star Line and picture postcards, and they just threw them on the walls. And we're done, back to here, so we can really see a very quick and sharp decline in quality. Yes, we are getting content for an entry-level Titanic experience, and I again have to remind everybody that I do encourage that. I think that's a fantastic opportunity for the next generation to interact and engage with the ship and the story. And it's very nice getting to explore the swimming pools and the other public rooms and stuff. But what I don't agree with and don't like is that for anyone that is not entry level, so let's talk about the remaining 80% of the Titanic market, as you might want to broadly call it. No, this isn't holding up. We can call out their bullshit. We can see where they're being lazy, where they're cutting corners. It feels rushed and unloved. With Titanic Honor and Glory, with your Titanic Roblox HD, you know, like, a lot of love and attention and time went into that. And of course, from the super high quality of Honor and Glory to the compromise of the Roblox, it still has that element of love and passion. And I'm not getting that from this. This feels like a cold business product. Like, here is what you want, by the numbers. Here is the public rooms that should fulfill your enjoyment level because of our surveys telling us these are the rooms people want to see. No, I'm calling bullshit on this. So, the final second class, first class cabin. Let's see, maybe it's just the wrong thumbnail for it. Hang on.
The staterooms of the second class were very similar to the standard cabins of the first class. Family rooms usually combined single and bunk beds. A small settee would often be supplied, together with a writing desk and wardrobe or dressing table and washing facilities.
Well, welcome to Father Brown's cabin, everybody, here in the second class. Not first class like it should be, but second class. Again, it looks like they've gotten a lot of influence from Honor and Glory. So, to kind of correct the game on this one, yes, there was some accommodation that was shared first and second class, and that could be adjusted to meet the demand of both classes. If first class wasn't selling out and second class was overbooked, they could always release more rooms. But this cabin was not one of those rooms. It would be impossible to do so because it's only accessible through first class spaces. Through that door, you've got a very, very shallow corridor and an immediate left, and that would take you out onto the Aft Grand Staircase. On the opposite side of the ship was Thomas Andrews' cabin. This was Father Brown's cabin. There's photos of this cabin taken by himself. His camera was on the sink to my right here. About there. And it gave us a lovely photo showing a fan up there, I believe, some plug sockets, that table. Yeah, this is a 100% first class cabin. At least it's not a direct rip from Honor and Glory because the carpet's different. Just to play devil's advocate, I know it can be easy to say things are copying Honor and Glory when that may not be the case. If the development team have just used the period photos and deduced it from their own, then if they've done it correctly, it should look like Honor and Glory because they've both achieved the same real configuration. But I don't have that confidence in the development team of this game. We've already seen their laziness and their cutting corners. I don't think it's feasible that they have done their own research to achieve. Hey, where you going? Controller, where the fuck you going? Get back here. I don't think they've done their... Oh, you fucking hell. It's getting bored. It's like, shut the fuck up, Spammals. Sorry. Well, good on them, at least, for including a portion of the A-deck promenade and not just a black window like we've seen in the Carafe Parisienne and the dining saloon. See, it makes a big difference having that little bit of extra content. Okay, I believe we are done. I could go back to the main menu, but it's the exact same room. Welcome back to the exact same room. So this has been Titanic Unimersiv VR experience. Over the course of this two-part series, we have walked the exteriors and interiors of the RMS Titanic, and for the most part, it has been a joy. I had a lot more fun on the exteriors than I did on the interiors. I suppose the big update the game's promoting is perhaps the inclusion of the interior rooms. While their presence is very welcome and very nice and at an entry level, it's very encourageable. Anything beyond that, it's kind of insulting, lackluster, and doesn't go far enough. I would like to see this game do a lot more work on polishing up these rooms, getting the scale and configurations more accurate and closer to life. And I don't know, being better? I don't want to seem ungrateful. I still believe this game is worth your time. At $6.99 for the number of experiences you get, I would probably have happily paid $6.99 for this experience on its own. On a price level, you can't go wrong. For what you get for your money, you can't go wrong. But it doesn't stop you expecting more. Because, like with everything in life, you should expect a level of quality. And this doesn't quite reach my expectations. I think it's highly suspicious of the choices of first-class experiences we get and how they reference only rooms we've seen in Honor and Glory. Arguably, yes, the swimming pool isn't in Honor and Glory just yet, but that's a very simple room to do. And there's plenty of video footage from Honor and Glory showing that room. What I would have liked to have seen... The Grand Staircase didn't go far enough because it didn't even show the dome, one of the most classic features of the Grand Staircase. We didn't get the A-deck or boat deck landing of it, instead we just got D-deck. It should have had a teleport taking us to the very top at the least, to see the very top. It's the most iconic part of the Titanic, arguably. I would have probably liked to have seen the smoking room. The first class lounge always gets overlooked. It looks like hypercritical Spammals came back after all, you sack of shit. Well, anyway, this has been Titanic Unimersiv. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a comment down below with your thoughts and opinions. And on that bombshell, thank you for watching. A rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.